Thanks, Steve. I have to say, now that I've lost all credibility with that introduction from Steve, despite the fact that he can throw me under the bus over and over again, I have to say that Steve and Jeremy really are my work husbands. That's how close they are to me. And really working with them in TCOYD is a huge part of my job satisfaction. So I'm just really excited to be here. One of the things that Steve didn't tell you yet, which he probably will this weekend, is that if you don't have type 1, you're a loser. So many of you may have heard this from him before. He said it a lot. And every time he says it, I kind of chuckle a little bit, and I always thought it was a really cute joke. Until I came here last year to the One Conference, and that is the first time I actually kind of felt like a little bit of a loser because I didn't have type 1. And I think because it's so unusual to be sitting, I mean, look at this room. If everybody looks around, it's so unusual to be sitting in a room where the majority of the people in the room have type 1, right? Because when a large part of my patient practice is type 1, and as you all know, it's a very isolating disease. And one of the things I love about TCOYD is it really flips that whole thing around and makes you feel like you are part of something. And that's what I love about this. And to be honest, at this conference last year, it's pretty emotional thinking about what it was like. It was just a once-in-a-lifetime experience to be around so many people with type 1, to have these amazing speakers and everybody just caring about type 1 for a weekend. And so I'm just really excited to be here. I'm so excited that there was enough interest for us to do this again, and I hope that we can continue doing it because this is what I love. And I think we can all thank Steve for starting this and continuing this legacy. Thanks.
All right, so I took notes. And Trish was giving me crap because I never do that. So you know how serious this is. The first thing, it's number 1 says, who am I? But Steve already gave me a good introduction, so I'm going to skip that and go to number 2, which is who you are. So who here has type 1 diabetes? Raise your hand. Okay, so that's pretty impressive, right? Before I met Steve, I didn't know anybody with type 1 diabetes. Now, who has type 3? Who is here caring about somebody with type 1? Okay, all right. So we love you type 3s, but this weekend, you're the weird ones, okay? If you don't have type 1 diabetes, you are the weird one, all right? So when I was just out on the patio, you know, having drinks and stuff like that, I loved hearing all the things buzzing and beeping and, you know, alarms going off. So I just want to tell you, if your CGM starts beeping or buzzing, don't run out of the room. Don't try to test your blood sugar in the bathroom, you know, just, this is a safe place. Let your pumps hang out, let your CGMs just flop everywhere. It's all good. All right. So, you know, the other thing that we did, I don't know if you know when we checked in, that you had to identify if you were a newbie or seasoned or a type 1 legend. So a newbie is someone who's had type 1 for less than 5 years, seasoned is 6 to 29, and the legends is over 30. So how many newbies do we have here? Less than 5 years. Okay, so that's pretty impressive. So welcome to the team. It's a really exclusive club, but you know, it's something that I enjoy being a part of. Who's in the seasoned category? All right, me too. And where are our legends, finally? Okay. All right. So I've had type 1 diabetes for 25 years, and I could have sworn walking in here that we made the legend category 25 and above. Because last year I was 24, and I was like, man, I'm seasoned. I can't wait till next year. I'm going to be a legend. And I got here and realized now it's over 30, so I got 5 more years of being just crusty old seasoned or whatever. But anyways. So the point is there's a lot of collective knowledge in this room, right? If you add it up, there's probably thousands of years of type 1 diabetes. And I hope that you guys learned something from me and Steve and all the other speakers this weekend, but I guarantee you'll learn much more from each other, just talking about where do you put your infusion sets, or how long do you make your sensor last, or you know, how do you do this, or how do you do that. So I'm really happy about the collective knowledge and the communication that's going to go on. And I was kind of thinking, you know, again, just listening to people to talk outside, that maybe next year we should have some kind of Big Brother program where we pair a legend with a newbie. So, you know, The legends can tell you how to inject through your shirt and how to check your blood sugar and then, just lick it and things like that. And the newbies can tell us how to send emails and use our iPhones or whatever. So anyways, but with all, this is important now. With all this collective knowledge comes a lot of collective stuff, okay? So if you're like me and you've traveled here, you have forgotten 1 to 2 critical diabetes things, okay? I don't know if it's infusion sets or test strips or something, or maybe you just forgot insulin. But guess what? The person to your right or your left, they definitely will have your back. So if you need insulin, just tap somebody sitting next to you. They'll probably help you out. If you get low, I guarantee you people will be throwing Skittles at you and Starbucks and all these kinds of things. And we all understand what that means. So there's a lot of stuff. With that in mind, I forgot AAA batteries and my pump is running out. So if anybody wants to give me one, just let me know. So just coming back to the conference real quick, this is something that I've been looking forward to for a long time. And we really just, our goal was to put together the best type 1 diabetes conference we possibly could. Steve and Tricia and I and others just sat down and thought about what would we want to hear about and who would we want to speak. And we put together this list, and a lot of these, and I think we were 100% in people that said they would come. And a lot of these people coming on their own time and money. So we're really fortunate to really put together this kind of all-star conference that we're happy to be a part of. So I'm excited to be amongst you, to sit there and learn from these speakers, to hang out and finish my beer with you and do all the other things in between. So I would say with that, I'm going to hand it back to Steve, but let's have fun. So welcome.